Hey guys, as always, welcome back to Unqualified Critics. You see here with just a quick update on the iiRcade. It's been a little while since I've covered the iiRcade, but we know that they're coming pretty soon. We're gearing up clearly for the Christmas season, and like every other company in the world trying to sell anything, they want to make that Christmas season. So Jong, the CEO of iiRcade, went live on their Facebook channel, so check that out if you're interested in following the product for sure. But he talked about a likely delay on shipping their product. And before I cover that, I want to give a special shout out to Tilted Nation. They make the TN Shadow RGB headset stand. If you're like me and you use headphones a lot at your computer and they're not just like the little ear pods, you probably need somewhere to hang your headphones. And that's got a full RGB color palette. It lights up. If you're into that, you turn that on or off. I actually kind of like it. It's funny. I used to make fun of the RGB PC gamer memes, but here I am, my PC lights up, my mouse, my keyboard, and now my headset stand. But it is a cool product. It looks good on the desk. It's also a USB hub. So check it out. And they're going to be giving one away to our viewers. So one of you is going to get a free one. I'm going to do a giveaway with Gleam. So keep an eye out on that. There'll be a link where you can go and register and then get your free one. Make sure you're subscribed. They provided a special discount code just for my viewers. It is unqualified. That just the word unqualified, and that'll get you 15% off. All right, let's talk about this iiRcade shipping update. It looks like they might miss Christmas by a little bit depending on where you're located. And I think at this point we're only talking about US shipping, I believe. But here's what we're looking at. The products are shipping out basically in the week of November 18th. They're going to be moving by boat. And the reason boat is important is, well, you can't tell exactly when it'll show up. I ordered a car once, it shipped over by boat, and the dealership was real clear. We don't know exactly when this will show up. They kind of gave me a range. And I think it came in toward the end of that range because that's just how the universe works. And anything you're hyped for, you got to wait as long as possible. And I think iiRcade's like that too. It's going to be coming by boat. And it looks like they're planning December 2nd for this to arrive. But again, this is not an exact science. And then a few weeks later, it's going to show up in their warehouse. I don't know why it takes so long to move it into the warehouse. But from the warehouse, they will ship directly, depending on where you're located, or go to the Houston warehouse and ship directly from there. They're using FedEx to ship from their warehouses, and it is nice that they already have two warehouses in place. Now, notably, iiRcade is just shipping direct right now, which means they keep all the money. They're vertically integrated, meaning they're not pushing the product out to a retailer who will sell it, who will push them to lower their prices, and take a markup. And honestly, there are pros and cons to both strategies. By shipping it directly, you're able to really activate on a product vision. You don't have some buyer from Walmart telling you something's too expensive, you need to cut some corners. And I think the iiRcade is a high quality product, gearing up to be a high quality product like that. On the other hand, you can't go into stores and demo it. Although I'm sure this will be in stores, it doesn't sound like it will be right away, first thing in this holiday. I think they're going to be looking to fulfill folks who've already ordered these via Kickstarter, but I'm sure these will populate in stores soon. But the reason that's important is we're going to be getting a review unit, and it's going to be my job to go through everything in this product to give you the full experience to decide if this is right for you. And you may have already decided that and ordered one. That's awesome. But I know a lot of you are going to be waiting for reviews to come in, and we have an update on that too. We're looking at early December for these to show up. So basically the review units show up early December. Who knows exactly what day or week. But from there, give me a little bit of time to play with it and really formulate an opinion. I'll probably do a stream when this comes in, give you my first impressions live. I always like to do that because it lets me come into something completely fresh. But you know how it is when you spend a few days and really put something through its paces, your opinion usually evolves. You might like it more, you might like it less. With the Neo Geo cabinet, which I do like, I liked it just a little bit less after I'd spent a few days with it. When I first played it, I thought, man, this thing is killer. And I still really like it, but it has some flaws that I didn't notice on day one. So I think it's good to give you both, give you that initial impression and then do a full review. And I don't know what it is about YouTube, but I see comments all the time calling things, including some of my videos that are not reviews, calling them reviews. Like, hey, I liked your review, or I didn't like your review, but it wasn't a review at all. It was just first impression. So I just want to be real clear with you on that. When I say this is a review, this is my definitive opinion. It might still change over time, but this is where I am, and this is really what I think about it. And I've spent time to think about it and come up with that opinion. versus first impressions is just that. I'm going to be playing with it. You guys will see it, probably live again, time pending, but get a sense of here's what it is if I just open it up, and here's the first things I'm thinking about. But not at all definitive. Again, that opinion could change. But that's the beauty of live impressions, and also can take questions from you guys. What do you want to see in the product? I'm not real clear on when the mobile app will be available. I just checked and it's not out, at least on iOS. I don't have an Android to check with. And I think from what I've heard, maybe the Android app is coming sooner. So I don't know what they're going to do for folks that don't have Android, but don't take any of those statements to the bank. I haven't confirmed that, but I'm pretty sure that's what I heard at some point. So again, all of that is going to be part of the review. If you have specific questions or things you want me to look at, let me know below and I'll do my best to answer those when I get a hold of the actual product. And shout out to that super dope iiRcade neon that Jong has behind him in some of his office shots. I don't know if they're planning to sell maybe a smaller version of that for the house, but I'd certainly encourage you to. That neon looks super dope. I'm a big fan of neon, and the logo looks good. I always felt like the iiRcade logo looks a little more high-tech than retro, and honestly, that's not completely up my alley. I like more of a retro vibe, but it translates really nicely to neon. I just noticed that in his videos. If you want to learn more about iiRcade, check out my playlist. I'll put a link to that in this video, but also check out iiRcade on Facebook. That's where they're mostly active. There really isn't anywhere else where they share a lot of info. They go live regularly and share updates about the product there, so keep an eye out for that. These guys raised several $1 million. I covered that previously. I think they're here to stay, but we're going to have to see if this product is really a win in its execution. How seamless is it to download new games? What is the look and feel? How does it play? I mean, that's what it's going to come down to. Is the emulation good? All those little questions that add up to whether or not we like a product. Because I've been thinking lately, what makes for an arcade product that I like or don't like? And it really does come down to some pretty small details. It's not like a huge world separates maybe cabinets that aren't so great. Like, for example, the Burger Time cabinet, which I'm not a huge fan of. I think I liked it more back when I had it initially versus having had it for a while. I don't really like it as much. But you compare that to the Miss Pac-Man cocktail cabinet, which I have. Which that's not a perfect cabinet either, but I like it a lot more than the Burger Time. And I don't need to get into all the details of that. Why? I'm going to do an update video on my game room soon. I'm going to rank all my top favorite arcade one-ups shortly, and I'll give you guys my opinion on that. But bottom line is it does come down to really some small subtleties. So I'm eager to see how this cabinet looks and feels, what it looks like in the game room. If you got questions about it, let me know below. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll talk to you soon. Hey, consider hitting that join button to support the channel, and thanks so much for watching.